To the Honorable Senate President, to the Honorable Chairperson of the Senate Committee on Basic Education, to the distinguished members of the committee, our fellow resource persons present into this hearing, good afternoon. On behalf of the Philippine National Police, I appear this honorable committee in my capacity as officer in charge of the Major Crimes Investigation Unit of the Criminal Investigation and Detection Group, or CIDG. The Philippine National Police recognizes the significance and urgency of this proceeding, which squarely addresses the state's constitutional duty to protect and promote the right of learners to a safe and secure educational environment through the proposed School Safety Act. Recent incidents, including the untimely deaths of Ateneo de Manila University basketball players Rene Baterbonia and Divine Adili, the shooting incident in San Jose at San Jose Tacloban at San Jose National High School in Tacloban City, and other acts of violence involving students underscore the pressing need for a comprehensive and strengthened legal framework to safeguard the students, our schools, and surrounding communities. These unfortunate events highlight systemic vulnerabilities that demand immediate and decisive legislative intervention. It is therefore both timely and imperative to enact measures that will institutionalize preventive, responsive, and coordinated mechanisms to ensure school safety. Students are of paramount importance. It is incumbent upon the state to ensure that they are protected at all times. Their safety, welfare, and well-being must be regarded as incidental concerns, but as fundamental, non-negotiable priorities that form part the bedrock of our educational system and the future of our nation. The Criminal Investigation and Detection Group, CIDG, stands ready to fully support the effective implementation of the proposed measures. As the primary investigative arm of the Philippine National Police, mandated to investigate cases involving heinous and organized crimes, the CIDG commits to actively assist in all efforts relating to the safety and protection of the students and the integrity of educational institutions. In the discharge of this mandate, the CIDG shall ensure the prompt, thorough, and impartial investigation of incidents affecting learners, with the end view of holding accountable to those responsible and deterring the commission of similar acts. This commitment is anchored on the fundamental principles of the rule of law, with due regard for the protection of human rights and strict observance of due process at all stages of investigation and prosecution. I respectfully present the update concerning the drowning incident of Rene Baterbonia, Divine Adili, members of the Ateneo Blue Eagles men's basketball team during the team activity conducted in the Pakulao, Aurora on June 8, 2026. At the outset, may I respectfully emphasize that the investigation and prosecutorial evaluation remain ongoing. The facts and possible offenses mentioned in this presentation are based on evidence gathered to date, and this should not be interpreted as a final declaration of guilt against any person. The presumption of innocence and the right of all concerned parties to due process remain fully respected. We'll be discussing the chronology of events. The chronology presented on this slide was reconstructed from sworn statements, travel and time records, photographs and videos, police and rescue reports, hospital records, communication records, and other documentary evidence. On June 7, 2026, at approximately 3:50 in the morning, Coach Thomas Anthony Baldwin reportedly arrived at the resort and conducted an ocular inspection. At approximately 9:45 in the morning, the players and team personnel departed from Ateneo campus in Metro Manila for their boot camp and team building in the Pakulao, Aurora. They arrived at Hermanos Leisure Agri Farm at approximately 4 in the afternoon. Room assignments were subsequently given, after which the team assembled and cleaned portions of the beach. At approximately 5 in the afternoon, the group reportedly attended an online mass, had dinner, and participated in a meeting led by Coach Baldwin. The meeting reportedly involved the team Blue Eagles Band of Brothers. The mobile phones of the players were later collected by Coach Dean Castagnano. Before the sunrise on June 8, 2026, a siren reportedly sounded, prompting players to proceed to a designated formation area. They performed stretching exercises and participated in an approximately 4-kilometer run. During the late morning, the players reportedly participated in several rounds of dodgeball. The losing participants were required to perform push-ups. Following lunch, another siren reportedly sounded sometime between 2 p.m. and 2:30 in the afternoon. And the team was informed of the next activity, described as a seawater or water resistance training activity. Based on the statements gathered, the participants entered the coastal waters. After proceeding approximately 40 to 50 meters from the starting point, the participants encountered waves and varying water conditions. Several players began moving or swimming backward to the shore. At approximately 2:40 to 2:50 in the afternoon, a roll call or head count was reportedly conducted. It was during this head count that the team discovered that Rene Baterbonia and Divine Adili were missing. The coaches and players sought assistance from the resort personnel, while calls were made to the Municipal Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Office. MDRRMO rescuers reportedly arrived at approximately 3:15 to 3:20 in the afternoon and began search and retrieval operations. Rene Baterbonia was reportedly recovered at approximately 3:40 in the afternoon. Cardiopulmonary resuscitation was performed and he was transported to the hospital. Divine Adili was reportedly spotted and recovered at approximately 3:45 in the afternoon. Resuscitation was likewise conducted and he was brought to the hospital. The hospital and emergency records contain succeeding timestamps relating to the arrival, reception, resuscitation, and medical treatment of both victims. However, the investigators noted that Rene Baterbonia's death certificate reportedly reflects a time of 3:33 p.m., which appears to be earlier than his documented hospital arrival. This discrepancy is presently being reconciled through the statements of the attending medical personnel, the rescue and ambulance records, the hospital emergency room records, and the explanation of the physician who certified the date. We do not intend to speculate on this discrepancy until the relevant records and witnesses have been completely evaluated.
Pakiulit po yun. What discrepancy are you talking about, Colonel?
With regard to the declaration of the date of Rene Baterbonia, sir.
So sa hospital records say 3:33 p.m. but in your investigation it's closer to 4 p.m. Yun yung discrepancy.
On the discrepancy with regard to the as reflected in the death certificate, sir.
Okay, thank you.
So next slide, please. Next slide, please. This portion of the chronology is based on especially on the statement and communications records attributed to Coach Christopher Kimbo. At approximately 4:04 p.m., Richie Kiambao, identified as Coach Baldwin's driver, reportedly informed Coach Kimpo that Rene might already be dead. At approximately 4:09 p.m., Coach Baldwin reportedly called Coach Kimpo and confirmed Rene's reported death. Coach Kimpo then informed Ateneo Athletics Director Emmanuel Fernandez at approximately 4:15 p.m. He also communicated with Father Robert Bobby Yap regarding the incident. At approximately 4:25 p.m., Coach Kimpo reportedly received information that Divine Adili might also have died. Further communications were made with other coaches and university officials. At approximately 5:16 p.m., Coach Kimpo attempted to contact Rene's mother. When the initial telephone call did not connect, he reportedly contacted through his Facebook Messenger and informed here that Rene had drawn and passed away. Coach Kimpo also contacted Divine's representative or agent and requested the contact information of Divine's parents. At approximately 5:36 p.m., Coach Dane Castaño reportedly confirmed that Coach Kimpo that both Rene and Divine had died. A candle lighting activity was conducted at the resort that evening. No further training activities were conducted. On the following morning, the team packed their belongings and returned to Ateneo, where debriefing and counseling activities were reportedly conducted. The investigators are evaluating this communication timeline to determine the promptness of the notifications, the persons who received the earliest information, and the actions taken by responsible officials in the immediately after the incident. That would be all, Your Honor.
Maraming salamat, Colonel. For the record, nung nabisita po natin yung mga magulang ni Rene Baterbonia, si Rene Sr. at si Rovelyn, ito po talaga yung hiningi nila. Ito yung hiningi nila nung araw na pumunta ako. An exact timeline kung ano ba talaga yung nangyari kay Rene at kay Divine. No, so thank you for this, Colonel. Maraming salamat sa timeline na to.